Hey guys, it's actually the next morning after I shot this video, and I just want to let you know this video is going to run a little bit long because there's a bunch of information that I got to cover in it. But for the first time later in the video, we also experimented with using some dirt booster and a spreader on the lawn, and I got to tell you, I was really impressed with the way that stuff spread. Because we're looking now at, could we make this in a larger bag possibly for the lawn application to substitute it for this chicken feed product. So I shot off an email to Anderson's this morning and talked to them about the possibility of maybe introducing like a 40-pound bag of this stuff, because I got to tell you, it spread really well. So look for that later in the video, but there's a lot of information in this video, so hold on, here we go. Hey guys, I'm laughing because I think I've tried to shoot this video about 10 times today, and it always seems like it gets too long because there's so much information to get to you guys. But today we're going to talk about organic fertilizers and what we use, this really cheap stuff that's $15 a bag for 15 pounds. We're going to put out that, we're going to put out Humichar, we're going to put a microbial booster spray on the lawn, and I'm going to explain the benefits of those because it's different than what you might think. So follow me, stick with me here. So before I begin, don't forget hit that subscribe button and understand that everything I'm talking about, if I talk about a certain product or mix, everything's going to be listed on one web page. This video is going to be up on the website and all the products will be there. And while you're there, sign up for the email list because that's how we do our giveaways. So sign up while you're over there. It's not a marketing system. We don't send out marketing emails through it. So a few years ago, I realized that the majority of organic fertilizers are basically a plant-based crushed product. And so we went out and we tested a bunch of different things, and we found that we can use this chicken crumble mix that you guys can get at your local Tractor Supply. And it fits into a spreader really well, and it spreads just like fertilizer. It's fantastic stuff. Now, a big, huge bag of this, 50 pounds, is only about 15 bucks. So you can go down to your Tractor Supply. You can actually add it to your cart while you're there on a web page. Click on it, add it to your cart, and do a curbside pickup. That's what I did today. Ryan went over last night. I put it in my cart, and Ryan went and picked up 5 bags of this stuff today. That's how we did it. So I have to understand why we're doing this and explain organic fertilizers a little bit and their role and why we use them. Organic fertilizers will not help your lawn get big, thick, healthy, and green. If you have a weak lawn, you really have to go with a standard type fertilizer, a general fertilizer that delivers the nutrients quickly and immediately to your lawn in a controlled manner. And the way that you do that is with something like PGF Complete, PGF Balanced, or the PGF Complete 1608, depending on your phosphorus levels. So don't use an organic fertilizer and expect to have this beautiful, thick, lush lawn, especially in the spring when they don't work well in cold temperatures. Use normal fertilizers to the point that your lawn is healthy, and then once the heat comes and you run the risk of possibly burning your yard, you can sort of tone those down a little bit and supplement with this natural fertilizer product that we use. Cool season guys, you're constantly told not to fertilize after, a certain date because you can do this. You can apply this. Cool season grasses, fescues, any type of grass. Let me tell you right now, you're not putting nutrients on your lawn. You're putting down an organic material on your lawn that basically contains no nutrients. As it decomposes and gets digested by microbes and fungus, it will release nutrients, but there's no way through that process it can burn your lawn. You're not putting straight nutrients on your lawn. So that's where the term organic fertilizer comes from. An organic matter that gets broken down and release the nutrients. My goodness. Well, what else happens? Okay, so as that decomposition process happens, it goes through a process called humification. And what does humification mean? That's when it breaks down to a certain point and you get that really dark black soil. So in my garden soil is rich and black and thick. Lawn soils suck. There's no other way to say it. If you dig up your lawn soil, it's horrible. Take it out and send it and look at the percentage of organic matter. You can get it tested at a university and it might be only 1 or 2% organic matter. My garden soil we had tested was something like 26% organic matter. So what we want to do is understand that nothing dies on our lawn. We don't have animals come by and die on our lawn. We don't have cover crops that die consistently on our lawn and regenerate that soil. It's grass, cut, grass, cut, grass, cut. Maybe a little bit of grass clippings get down on it, but we don't add any clean organic matter to it. That's why your lawn soil sucks. I keep repeating that over and over. So what we can do through this process is not only fertilize, add nutrients, we can add organic matter, and we feed the soil microbes. Soil microbes and soil fungus have to have organic matter in order to survive. They need water, they need oxygen, and they need food. If you take one of those away, they go away, they die. So if you don't have organic matter going into your lawn and soil, you can't have a lot of good fungus. Now, why do we want the good fungus? This is a very important point. This is probably the most important point of this whole video. Mycorrhizal fungi. Google that, watch the videos. There's a couple 3-minute great explanation videos on YouTube that explain the symbiotic relationship between plants and the good fungus. Your plant roots are here. These roots have to grow and search for water and nutrients. When you add this good fungus, spores, you spray these spores onto the ground, this plant will send out signals, and that fungus will actually go to the roots and surround and attach to the roots, essentially doubling, tripling, or quadrupling the amount of coverage that your roots have. What happens next? Your plant has extra sugar. So the sugar goes to the fungus, and the fungus returns nutrients and water. So that's the symbiotic relationship that exists between good fungus and your lawn roots and plant roots. That's why we want it in the gardens. That's why we want it with our flowers, and we want it in our lawn. So what we're doing is we're adding nutrients, we're adding organic matter. We get mild nutrients, but we get the organic matter that feeds the fungus and feeds the soil microbes. And we add those spores, and the whole relationship starts. Now we do that once temperatures start to reach in the 80s, because that's when the fungus, that's when everything really starts to grow. That's when they're really active. So that's just a quick summary of why we do this. Not are we just trying to add an organic fertilizer, we're adding quality material to our lawn. Now today we're going to put down the chicken feed. We're going to throw down a ton of Humichar out here, by the way. I had finally Humichar was back in stock. And I had a double order come in, so I told my son, let's just dump it down out here. So we put down a ton of Humichar, and we'll be spraying with this booster pack spray that we make up, and I'll show you how to make that here in a second. Let's move on to how we make this booster spray. A lot of confusion. People get confused about how do I apply this, what type of bottle. You have X amount of materials. You're going to have super juice. You're going to have maybe some surfactant, maybe a little bit of liquid iron. You're going to have the microbial pack. You're going to have that all here. This amount of material needs to go on to 10,000 square feet of lawn. I'm going to use a formula for 10,000 square feet. So if you have 5,000 square feet, cut that in half. Only use half of it. If you have 20,000 square feet, use twice this amount. Now here's the part that always gets people confused. Well, how do I get that on my lawn? I don't care how you get it on your lawn. If you want to use a backpack sprayer, you need to figure out, all right, I need to put this much I need to fill my backpack sprayer twice. So I need to split that up and do it twice. If you're going to use the hose end spray bottles, if you use a hose end spray bottle, okay, I need 8 bottles to do my lawn, to do my 10,000 square foot lawn. Well, great. That amount, the 10,000, that much product needs to be distributed amongst those bottles. So the amount of water is irrelevant here. However your delivery method is, whether it's a spray bottle, whether it's a hose end spray bottle, whether it's a tank sprayer, backpack sprayer, a tow behind sprayer, I don't care how you put it out, as long as that much material goes onto 10,000 square feet. Let's keep it simple. So here's the formula that we're using for this. The formula is, and it doesn't have to be exact because nothing we're putting on the lawn, nothing of this is strong. You can't hurt it. It's all very, very mild. For 10,000 square feet, I'm using 3 cups of dry super juice. I'm using about 2 cups of iron. I'm using 2 to 3 tablespoons, big scoop tablespoons full of the microbial booster, or 2 to 3 of the individual packets that I'll show you, and about 1 cup of surfactant. Now, what is the role of the surfactant play? A lot of people think that the surfactant helps this material stick to the leaves. Well, that's really not what we're doing. It breaks surface tension. That's the role of a surfactant. And so what we're doing with this surfactant is it'll allow this to get deeper into the ground faster. That's the role of a surfactant. Matter of fact, many of your liquid aerators, supposedly on the market, they're just a wetting agent. They're a surfactant. So it helps the water travel quickly into your soil. And that's what we want. We want this to get into the soil down to the roots. The iron, today I'm not going to add any iron to my mix because we've been pounding down PGF Complete and PGF Balance on our lawn, and those have really high iron, so my lawn is really dark green. But for most people, I would say go ahead and add a little bit of liquid iron if you want to. It's not bad. Just make sure, because this time of year we're putting down a bunch of iron through our fertilizers, so I just don't need it today, so I'm not going to be adding it. So we add that and we spray it on top of this. So we put down the chicken feed, we put down Humichar, we spray this, and we do this. You're supposed to do this right about sunset. That's the best time to do this. Why do I do that? Because I want this to stay wet. Matter of fact, after I do this spray, I'm going to run my irrigation system. And what will happen is you'll see this chicken crumble will get really wet and really loose. And it will actually start to go right into your thatch layer. I actually do a little extra step. So I put it all down. I run my irrigation system at night. I come back the next morning and I'll run it again. If I still see some of that chicken feed around, which I usually do, I'll come by with like a hose and I'll just sort of walk around and just blast it down into my thatch layer. Now, I'm being a little bit OCD when I do that. Not many people are going to walk around their yard, with 2 acres and do this. But if you have a small lawn, it only takes you about 10 minutes. The next morning, come out and just blow this stuff. It'll go right into it. And I'll show you here in a minute. It will go right down into your thatch layer. So there we are. We've put down the organic matter. We've put down Humichar, the biochar, and we've put down this stuff. And this is how we are making our soils come alive. This is how we're creating the good fungus and the good microbial activity. This makes incredible soil. We have stopped using fertilizers in our gardens, our vegetable gardens, just by using this same sort of approach. For 2 years, no fertilizers. So this will support life and does an amazing job. Real quick, a couple people have asked on the dirt booster that we use for our gardens. They said, can I put out, since dirt booster comes with everything, it comes with a corn organic matter, it comes with Humichar, and it comes with a microbial pack. People are saying, can't I just use that and put it in a spreader and put it on my lawn instead of doing the chicken feed? And my answer is yes, but it's just not very economical if you have a larger yard. If you have a small lawn, you get a 20-pound bag of it. It comes with the organic matter and the Humichar already in it and the microbial pack. It's a 20-pound bag. It just gets kind of expensive. So I have never put that in a spreader. Today, I'm going to put it in a spreader and test that out. And I tested it out, and I was actually kind of surprised with the results. Again, not very economical to use on a large scale, but if you have a smaller lawn, it works. It works pretty well. So you can use the Dirt Booster product on your lawn in a spreader. Again, it's just not very economical compared to the chicken feed. Now, don't forget, you can do curbside pickup at Tractor Supply. You can use the link in the description below. You can add it to your cart, do a checkout, and then you can do curbside pickup. They'll load it into your truck for you. So he picked up 5 bags of the chicken crumbles, and they're what, 15 bucks a piece?
They're on sale for like 14.
Yeah, $14 a bag. Cheap stuff. Now, let me give you 2 tips. When you first start pushing this spreader, it may not come out, so you got to kind of go back and forth a little bit and then get going. The other thing is it's lightweight, so it may not throw as far as like a fertilizer. So just so you know, your path might be a little bit narrower. pull the thread. So this is what we're putting out. Now this is all kinds of grains and legumes. This has got a little bit of soy probably. It's got corn, it's got wheat. Smells great. See, it stopped. It didn't want to go out at first. You can apply this anytime during the day, the chicken feed and the Humichar, but wait until right at sunset, and right at sunset's when you want to spray that and water it in. Oh, man, that yard just looks fantastic. It looks just like a soccer pitch. We were talking about that. Okay, so we put down 50 pounds of the chicken feed. I got in my Humichar order, and I got in some extra. So we're gonna try and put a whole bag of Humichar on the front yard. So we're gonna keep the spreader center opening big, and we're gonna dump this. We're gonna make this thing turn black with Humichar. So one quick note, I've got chicken feed all over my driveway and sidewalks. I'm gonna have Humichar all over my sidewalks and driveway. So as soon as you're done, get the blower and blow it back into your yard. Sometimes what we do is we'll take whatever's here and we'll just blow it onto this little strip over here. I don't know if you can see it or not. So here's chicken feed and Humichar all down. Okay, so let me go over real quickly when we talk about this supplement spray, what we're putting down. Again, we're not putting down a liquid fertilizer. We're putting down a supplement spray that combines a whole bunch of good things. We're gonna have inside the super juice, we have humic acid, we have sea kelp, we have fulvic acid, we do have some mild nutrients. What else do we have? We have some iron inside of it, and we have micronutrients. So we're going to be spraying that all over the lawn. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add millions and millions of these good fungus spores. Now you can do this a couple of ways. I have both the little microbe packs and I have the larger pack. We're going to be adding that into the mix, and that'll be sprayed out. I like to use a little bit of surfactant. Now, what does the surfactant do in this instance? A lot of people think about a surfactant as something that helps a product stick to the leaves, but actually what it does is it breaks surface tension and allows this to get into the soil. So that's why we're adding the surfactant. It actually acts almost like a liquid aerator, people call it sometimes, but it helps this get down into the soil. I'm not normally, I would say, add a little bit of liquid iron. Most of you, I would say your lawn is not super dark green. For me, it is. My lawn is super dark green right now because we've been pounding down the PGF Balanced and the PGF Complete, which have high iron. So I don't want to add any more iron to my lawn. You can start to get a little bit of grain, but if your lawn isn't dark green, add a little bit of iron. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this up for you. I'm gonna put, about just right at 3 cups of super juice. Let's give that a stir. Now here are the microbial packs. I'm going to put 2 in here. 2 of these small packs. I'm going to add about a cup of surfactant. And then normally we would add a little bit of liquid iron, but I'm going to hold off on the iron today. I'm pretending that it's nighttime or sunset, so I'm going to run the sprinkler system, and I'm going to run it for, like, if I was at night, I'd probably run it for 10 minutes each station. Well, let's just put it for 8 minutes here. Run. So I'm just going to run the sprinkler system and just get this soaked down into the ground a little bit. Of course, you want to remember, blow off your driveway and your sidewalks. It's not that it'll stain it, it's just when biochar goes into powder form, it leaves these little black marks, and you got to get down and spray them off. So we're just going to let this run. I'll let it run, and we'll go do the back. So what's funny is, you know, I'm always talking about DG particles, because they're awesome. But it's almost like this chicken feed is a DG particle, because it's formed into a crumble particle, and then when it gets wet, it just sort of disintegrates. And let me show you. I'm going to grab the hose and show you. All right, so I've run my sprinkler system. Well, most of it's already down in. Okay, so watch right here. I'm going to put it near my foot so you can see it. Watch what happens. See how they disappear? Watch. They just flow right in. Even the DG particles. The Humichar does the same thing. Let me find some more. Watch this. Ready? They just disappear. So I just want to do a quick note here. Someone asked me if you can actually take dirt booster in a dry form and apply it to your lawn. You can, I just don't know how economical it is. For someone with a small lawn, you probably could do that because it has the organic matter and the Humichar already in it, but it comes in 20-pound bags. I don't think it's economical for a larger lawn. I've never put it in a spreader, so I'm going to do that today and test it. Okay, so get that bag. Let me show them that bag. Here is a bag of the dirt booster. So your dirt booster has Humichar and a corn-based concentrate. And see the little recharge pack? So it comes with that booster pack already on it. So technically you have an all-in-one product. And here's what it looks like. So let's give it a whirl. This is a first. Hold on. So I was looking at the lens, but it looked like it was coming out fine.
Yeah, it came out nice.
It actually spreads really nice. So I'm going to shoot it one more time so you can see it, and I'll look at it later on video, but this stuff actually spreads really nice. Just go ahead and finish up, but I actually like the way that spreads. So again, we're talking about a reduced velocity on it. It only throws about 2 or 3 feet on one side. It doesn't throw very far. It doesn't throw very far. So if you want to use the dirt booster as an all-in-one, you can. If you have a small lawn, it might work out well for you. Morning. So it's the next morning. So last night we ran our sprinkler system. This morning we ran our sprinkler system, and this stuff is pretty much pushed in. Now, don't forget, these particles are all going to be soft and everything is going to be broken apart. If you want to get a little, I call it OCD about it, you can come out here with a hose and just blow the rest of this down in if you want to get it pushed down into that thatch layer right away. Obviously, if you have 2 acres, you're not going to walk around blowing it with a hose. But for the most part, this looks really good. I got something swimming in the swimming pool. I gotta go see what that is. But I was actually impressed with the way that the dirt booster spread. We may actually play with that a little bit more, just simply because it's convenient and it's an all-in-one product. But man, this lawn is looking amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't tell you. There's only one way to get this really rich soil, because my soil is like crap, just like yours, and that's by adding this organic matter. Return your lawn clippings, add organic matter, add the Humichar, add the booster packs, and pretty soon you're going to be able to reduce the amount of fertilizers you use to almost half once you start to improve your soil. Again, you can apply this any way you want. You can apply it with a tank sprayer, a backpack sprayer, a tow behind. You can use the spray bottles, and I know the spray bottle's been back ordered forever. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Welcome to post-COVID crap. What is in my swimming pool? Dude. Unfortunately, we had a leak in our swimming pool. A leak 2 weeks ago. We had to patch it, and I got a new swimming pool liner coming, but it's time for it. So anyways, guys, that's basically it. So what we're doing, I know everyone's thinking about organic fertilizers, but there's more to the organic story. We put the organic matter down on our lawn to have this breakdown process and feed the fungus and feed the microbes. And it's this symbiotic relationship that works not just on your lawn, but in your gardens as well. Sorry about the long video, but a lot of crap to cover. I'll talk to you later.